welcome back to the Andujo Boxing Review. Popeye here.
Christoph. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed so far and liked the videos. It helps us out a lot. We really enjoy doing this. That's why we do it. So that's why we're here. So today we're going to be talking about Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. What do you think about this matchup?
Man, I think this is an exciting matchup, actually. I know McGregor hasn't fought in a bit. His last fight was against
Cowboy Cerrone.
Cowboy, yes. Yeah. And I remember seeing that fight. Man, it was a great fight. Cowboy put up a great stand, but McGregor got the best of it. So you can never count McGregor out. I know McGregor is like the Mayweather, in boxing. McGregor is like basically for the UFC and MMA, he's the Mayweather. Where hate, you either watch him because you hate him, or you're gonna watch him because you love him. And me, like, I have no beef against him. I mean, anytime I see him fight, he provides a really great fight. So, I really enjoy his entertainment, and I know he's gonna bring it on. I know he hasn't fought in a while, but I expect nothing less, nothing more. But he always brings in action. That's what really excites me about McGregor. What do you think about this fight?
This fight's going to be awesome to watch just because Conor's been out for so long. It's been like 2 years, and when he went against Cowboy Cerrone, he just looked really nervous. So I feel like it's going to be a tough battle for him mentally. He's been through a lot. I mean, $100 million, got proper 12 whiskey. He's on his way to $1 billion. Everybody loves watching this guy fight. I'm sure everyone's going to tune in. But remember, Cerrone was his last fight. He did the shoulder strikes, made the shoulder strikes super popular. There's all that drama with the ESPN reporter. I can't remember his name. Real loud and was talking smack on Cerrone. But Cerrone did a great job. I agree with you. It's just been a tough road for Donald Cerrone. I think McGregor is just. I feel like he's gonna get it done again. He'll get in the first fight. So Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, they fought once already. Now in the first round, Conor McGregor was using his kicks, doing what he does, getting his opponent up against the cage, and then made Dustin Poirier circle to his left, and then fires a left hook and knocks him out.
He definitely set him up in that fight. Yeah. I remember clearly seeing that fight. It was a really well action fight. I know Cowboy went in there to really try to, get the win. Like, he tried his hardest. Cowboy's also one of those action-packed fighters. And for Cowboy, that fight, it was like do or die. So he tried his hardest.
Yeah.
And McGregor, he's just a warrior. Yeah. He doesn't only have the capability of, going in there and, just wanting to get the win. He always wants to get the spectacular win. And he has a technique, the heart. And not only that, but all the drama before the fights that go with it. So, you can't really miss on those battles. But whichever way, I know that McGregor has had distractions, as you were mentioning before. He's a multi-billionaire. He made most of his money just with one boxing match against Mayweather. Prior to, all the MMA fights and exciting fights that he did. I know he's on track to try to get another boxing match against another warrior such as Pacquiao. I don't know if that's going to pan out for him, but that's a great motivation for him to win this fight. So you're talking about two warriors, Poirier and McGregor. I wouldn't miss this fight, man. They're going to both guys. They have a lot to lose, and they have a lot to gain. So you figure it's a 50-50, I think, in this. But McGregor, in my opinion, is going to probably pull it off, because he really needs his win to continue to carry on, whether he's going to box or whether he's going to do UFC. That's what makes this guy exciting. He's universal. I mean, you saw what he did against Mayweather. Yeah. It's not like he got blown away or nothing. Like, he actually showed some really good boxing techniques for a guy that likes to take it to the floor. He's a good striker. So there you have it. I think he's going to come in and most likely take care of business, but you can never count Poirier out. You saw what he did against Khabib. And what happened, Khabib beat McGregor. Yeah. So, like they say, styles make fights. We're going to see how these guys mix it up and what type of style and who's going to win. But as I said, I think McGregor will pull it off.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. MMA math is so weird because Dustin Poirier beat Gaethje. Gaethje was supposed to beat Khabib, but Khabib smashed everybody. And Dustin Poirier has been super active. So on the mental aspect, I feel like Dustin Poirier has a little bit of an edge, but not much.
Right.
I just feel like Dustin Poirier's striking is so loose that, I mean, what you said about when he fought Mayweather, McGregor's boxing is so good. So it's just, if he tries to strike with him at all, I think it's McGregor's fight. And Poirier has really good ground skills, but he's better off of his back. So so Dustin Poirier just fought Dan Hooker and tried to take him down. Dan Hooker's tough, durable, fights out of Australia. He's from Ariel Adesanya's camp. They have really good wrestling there, really good jiu-jitsu. He was able to do really well with his jiu-jitsu. So if he tries to get McGregor down, that's what he needs to go for. Get him up against the cage, tire him out, and drag it on, I feel like. But if he tries to strike with McGregor, I think it's a wrap.
No, he can definitely, that's his arsenal is, striking. Now going back to Khabib, super sad that this guy retired. Mm-hmm. Such talent, such hard work, all the battles he's been in, all the drama before the fight against McGregor, and even the drama after McGregor. I know his dad passed away, and that has a lot to do with his retirement. He dedicated his last fight to his dad, but I truly, honestly don't understand the whole thing. Like, how does somebody with that much talent, potential? He was like the face of MMA. Mm-hmm. He was to Canelo, like the Canelo is in boxing, the face of boxing. He was the face of UFC, MMA, any type of martial arts, besides boxing.
Yeah. And
he had the potential to make a lot of money, rematch against McGregor or whatever. But to me, I can't fathom it. I really can't understand. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, he made a promise to his mother and his dad that he wasn't going to fight again. So that's what he said in his last interview. So whether that he's going to fight again, everyone seems like he's going to fight again from most of what I read, but I honestly feel kind of clueless as far as him ever fighting again. I would like to see him do the 30-0, but his values mean a lot to him. So he's
that's what I was going to say too. I don't mean to interrupt and cut you, but he's a Russian.
Yeah.
Russians have this, family value thing in which, once they say something and it's because of a family member, a mother, or in memory of, a father, and they said they're going to retire, they're going to retire. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect him to come back. I feel like he's going to fulfill that commitment. He made that commitment, to his parents, and he televised it, and so I don't see him coming back. I mean, I definitely feel like he's a man of his word.
Yeah.
So, it's just sad, such a talent to go away. I mean, I'm sure that, Dana's feeling it right now.
Yeah.
So that said, that gives McGregor an opportunity, though, to be the face of MMA again.
True.
So that's more power to him and more motivation to win this fight.
True. Speaking of drama, as far as going back to the fight, there's no trash talk this time either. So as far as him kind of changing his ways to be the face of UFC again, as you just said, it's open. One door closes, another door opens. So McGregor is now, I feel like he's kind of, maybe he has a new PR team, he's trying to change his ways, and he's not trying to trash talk.
A little more disciplined.
There's no trash talk it's interesting.
Well, I'll tell you why too, though. Certain fights take more trash talking. I know when he was getting ready to fight Mayweather, man, they both trash talked the whole entire time. They created, violence and drama during the conferences, but it was all because they knew they had to do it. And why? Because they were looking at it as, McGregor's an MMA fighter. What is he going to do against a pound for pound boxer? Exactly. Now, if it would have been the other way around, Mayweather going into the octagon with the expertise of McGregor, same thing would have happened, just the opposite. But my point is they have to convince a lot of people that it was going to be competitive.
Sure.
And that's why he trash talked and promoted the fight as much as he could himself. This fight right here is selling itself. Just the two names, going head to head.
That's a good point.
You're saying Poirier, you're saying McGregor. These two guys colliding together, like just advertising that alone, those two names fighting each other, warriors, that's what people like. They like that type of violence. They like two guys wanting to go in there and, choke themselves out to death or, knock each other out, heads out. So that's what people are going to get. So I don't think they feel like they really need to, trash talk, besides the fact that, they already fought once. Once you fight once, for some reason, and it happens in every single combat sports, like guys can trash talk, they can push themselves during the press conference, try to punch each other, but after they've already fought as many rounds as they did, whatever the outcome is, what happens in most cases, they're hugging each other at the end. Hey, thank you. Hi, so much respect now. Well, they just beat the crap out of each other.
True.
True. And so they already fought once. There's no need to trash talk anymore.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. It's just, not what I'm used to seeing in McGregor, So it's so weird that it's just like, I just know this fight's coming up. I can't wait to look forward to it. And then there's just no drama to watch, on the way up. It's just interesting, So it's just different, and it'll be, well, speaking of different, we haven't seen Conor McGregor fight yet during the pandemic. And this is a real, I feel like it's been a game changer, and I feel like I've been off. There's no crowd. Yeah, there's no crowd. So Dustin Poirier has been the only one to fight with no crowd. So I feel like that might be another thing that's just like a little bit of an edge. And this whole COVID thing has just been really strange. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's affected a decent amount of fighters. I mean, who knows who's training it affected? If it maybe, I don't know how COVID is in Ireland right now, if maybe that affects training, or I don't know, it's just been different. I'm curious to see how that's going to affect those guys.
Yeah, definitely depends on, where they're having these fights, because I know in Texas, there's certain areas where they allowed up to 6,000 fans in the stadium. I know that's where they've been having some of the boxing events and stuff there. But either way, this fight's going to sell online just as well as a crowd inside or not. But like you were saying, it might have a little bit of a mental effect on these guys because they're used to, the crowd cheering them, chanting their names, hey, keep going, or when they land a good punch, you can just hear the roaring of the stadium. It just makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these guys are two professionals, elite fighters, and I'm telling you that, once they're inside the octagon and they're in battle to win this fight, their minds are not really what they hear in the crowds. I think that, their minds are in how am I going to win this fight at the end of the day. So being the professional fighters that they are, elite fighters, I don't think that's going to affect them at all. I think that they're still going to provide an amazing fight, and they're going to still implement whatever game plan they have to win this fight. Now, tell the tape. What does McGregor have to do to win this?
Stand up. He needs to make sure he's on his feet, just do the same thing, use his kicks to kick him back to the cage and fire off that left hook. He's got precision with it.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely what he has to do.
Poirier, what does he have to do to win this fight?
Poirier, I think he should crowd McGregor first, crowd McGregor towards the cage, wrestle him on the cage, just get that. I would grab that left wrist and just make that hand tired so he can't fire it off, and do whatever you can to get it to the ground. Now, McGregor is savvy on the ground, but that's really, I think, the only hope Poirier has of winning this fight, without getting knocked out. So.
How many rounds does it go?
I'm going to say 2.
Really?
I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say it's going to be 2 or 3. Yeah. I don't think it goes to distance. I don't see it.
We're looking at 5 rounds?
Distance. It's 5 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a main event, 5 rounds. Yeah, so.
All right. My prediction is if there's a KO in this fight or a stoppage, I said it's in the 4th round. If not, I think it's going to be a battle for the Netherlands all over to the 5th round. But nevertheless, I think it's going to be a battle. I think these guys are going to come in, take their heads off, try to choke each other out. But no matter what, this is a fight you want to watch.
I agree. So you got McGregor?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not like the biggest fan of either one of the guys. I'm just a big fan of entertainment.
Yeah.
Both guys provide it. Let the best man win. But honestly, my heart's a little more towards McGregor.
Okay.
It really is.
I'm gonna say
I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I know the guy had drama. He's done some things out in public that he shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why there's a lot of trash talk. He's trying to change his demeanor for the best, and that happens to a lot of combat fighting guys, whether it's boxing, UFC, or MMA.
Yeah.
As they get a little older, I mean, look at what happened to Tyson. He's a whole different guy now.
Totally different guy.
Total different guy. I mean, people learn, you know, from their mistakes. And, you know, I got to go with my boy McGregor only because, you know, the guy has, I mean, I don't do publicity things out in society, but, you know, he has a lot of my character, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the grounding pound.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, this concludes our review with McGregor and Poirier fight. You know, don't miss it. It's always a blast, Christoph, to, you know, do these reviews with you. I think it's exciting.
It's always fun.
You know, here at the Duho Boxing Review, you know, we respect and we love any type of combat sports. And we do talk about boxing, MMA, UFC, everything. We love, you know, women's and ladies combat sports as well. And we do have a lot of those reviews as well. So, you know, stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, comment, let us know, you know, what we can do better. Let us know, you know, what's exciting about the show. Anything to help and improve for you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for following.